it's you who has made this channel something that has lasted as long as it has. Dad continues to inspire thousands and thousands of people. It's amazing. Really is amazing. And it's
you kept Mark's legacy going and really made his dream come true, which was to be a filmmaker.
These are the filmmakers of the future. Go ahead, Mark.
We have features and shorts that we want to do, and it just comes down to people believing in us and giving us a shot at it.
Make sure you watch till the end of the episode for an announcement about the future of my retro life. Hey there, everybody. It's your buddy Tyler coming at you with a brand new video here on My Retro Life. And to my left is my better half, Megan Esposito. A lot of you have asked a question recently. Very, very oddly, the same question has come up quite a bit. And that is, how did this all start? How did this channel even begin? It was just me and Dad, and specifically I was collecting hardcore for a console called the Sega Master System.
Sega Master System!
The Sega Master System was Sega's first console released in America and really in Western countries.
Master System!
And how many games?
2,000 billion, I don't know! You found them! How'd you find all of them?
Between California and New York. That's what UPS was here yesterday for. They were shipping them to me second day air.
Sega Master System just quickly became this weird little niche fascination of mine when I was an adolescent, 12 years old, 13 years old. It was just fun to go out and collect for it. We would find it in retail stores. We would find it like they were slowly discontinuing it still.
But there wasn't a big demand. Like, other people weren't really going for it, so it was really...
Right, and there wasn't really a collector scene.
Yeah.
Also.
How many times did I say in my lifetime, one day we'll find this thing brand new in the box?
It's brand new.
How many times did I say that? That in my lifetime we'll find one brand new in the box.
In around 1999, 2000, at this point we had the internet and we were
That's crazy.
We were on the internet, it was a kind of a new thing. Only a few years we had AOL, and I was starting to dabble in web design with GeoCities, like a Dreamweaver application. It was a software application called Dreamweaver back then that even a kid like me, 13 years old, could start learning and figure out how to do websites.
Wow.
And so I started messing around with the idea of, well, what do I want to do for a website? Let me do a Sega Master System
I can totally
website.
see you doing this. You're so techie.
I made a website called the Sega Master System Sector. I thought that was cool. I thought that was such a cool name, Sector. And there were other fan sites. There were other fan sites out there for Master System. There was one called the Sega Master System Information Station, which was one I loved going to. This guy ran it. And there was one called SMS Power, which actually I think is still up and online.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I thought, okay, I can do this too. So I created a little fan site, had my own little reviews on it and news updates. And it was just a fun little thing for me to do and start learning essentially content creation.
Yeah.
At one point in I guess it was probably 2000 by this point.
Yeah.
I thought just out of nowhere, why don't I search and see if we could buy the domain for SegaMasterSystem.com. And sure enough, I typed it in and it was available. That just blew my mind. Sega had let it slip through their fingers. They didn't care much about the Master System back then, and the internet was so still in its infancy that they really weren't thinking of long term. And so I told Dad, I was like, we could buy SegaMasterSystem.com right now. And he's like, what? Really? What? So he comes upstairs and I show him, and he's like, oh my gosh. Well, yeah. Yeah, okay. It was a no-brainer to him. It was like, if you really can get it, of course, get it. Here's my credit card. He handed me his credit card. I went upstairs, punched in the information, did it myself. It was mine. And I became the proud owner of SegaMasterSystem.com.
There it is. Tyler's website on the maiden voyage on his new computer.
So 3,076 hits.
There's the guy that created the Sega Master System.com.
As a kid, just super fan of this stuff. I felt like I was on top of the world. I really did. I was like,
You were semi-famous.
I was like instantly, I own this domain for the name of the console. It's like whatever hobby you might have, like knitting or it's like owning knitting.com, you know, like this was my hobby and I had the domain name for it. And sure enough, guys, slowly but surely, as I put my fan site, my really amateur looking fan site up on this website, this domain, I started getting people from all around the world. I had a little guest book on it that people could go to and like leave a message.
Oh man.
And people from all over the world started pouring in and leaving messages like, I love the Master System, and oh, thank you for making
a lot
this
of people
website.
from like
and
the UK or
the UK, yeah, because it was really, and Brazil. It was huge in Brazil.
Okay.
The Master System did really well there.
Interesting.
So yeah, all these people start trickling in, and I turned to Dad, and one day I said, "You won't believe this! Somebody from Brazil just wrote in," and you know he got really hyped up with it too. It was
sure.
I'm sure that was
so fun for you guys to do together.
It really was.
So for the kid that hosts the Sega Master System.com website, you just got the ultimate Sega Master System, the original one, mint in the box, mint, brand new.
I loved it. I enjoyed it so much, but sooner or later I started really kind of getting out of the love of video games. I went through, as I call my dark period for video games, where I was really interested more in like...
well, you tried to do a band.
I tried to do a band.
Yeah.
I tried to become a famous rock star. And that didn't really pan out. And I was also focusing on film school. You know, video games really just became a real, just something on the side. And then Dad passed away. Dad passed away in 2007. I was 21 years old. And video games just hit an all-time low for me as far as my enthusiasm for them. Because he was so attached to what video games were for me. And so in the midst of this season, I actually let the domain name for SegaMasterSystem.com just kind of slip through my fingers. And it got snatched up by a sort of internet, somebody phrased it to me this way, an internet mafia company. We're holding it for ransom, basically. Life moved on. And eventually, after college, when I was 25 years old, I met the love of my life, who's sitting right next to me.
About to say.
And we fell in love, and we decided, you know what, we want to get married, we want to get engaged. And I came to you one day, and one day we were having a conversation. I really was having this itch to have an outlet for creativity. I was working full-time in video production. YouTube was really starting to take on a life of its own at that point. And I watched tons of YouTube videos, bunch of retro gaming shows. I started loving what they were doing and what others were doing. And I thought, it'd be so cool if I still had a way to do this. But I really don't. And I wish I had held on to that domain, because I feel like I could take what I was doing on that website, SegaMasterSystem.com, and bring it into what I do now, which is video.
When you get married, typically the bride and groom will sometimes buy a wedding present for one another. And so I was trying to think of something really special that Tyler would just truly enjoy and know. He's very, if you didn't already know, he's very sentimental. And so I wanted something that would speak to that part of him and really touch his heart. And so I got this wild hair that I should look into buying the domain back for him. And at the time when I looked it up, it was $500, which was a lot of money to us who, we were young, didn't have anything. But I really wanted that to be an extravagant, wonderful gift for him on our wedding day that he would never forget. And so I made him a little card, put it in a book that I had written special for you, and then gave it to, I think it was one of my bridesmaids that gave it to one of your groomsmen, and then they handed it to you on our wedding day. And so he got to open that and read it. And it's incredible to think what you've been able to do with that since.
I knew right then, I was like, well, this is special. This is really special. This is my wife just gave me this on our wedding day. And I want to, turn this into something very special and meaningful. And really, that's where the beginning of this channel started. I relaunched SegaMasterSystem.com as a YouTube channel. That is where my retro life actually was born. Like the show itself, the content. But I went back and forth a little bit. I actually thought, people aren't going to like this. Like, these are my old home movies. Who wants to watch somebody else's home movies?
Right.
And so my retro life became the main thing on the channel. And it was clear that this was the direction going forward. That's really how it all started. We took a break. We actually left YouTube in 2018, took a little break, and came back, rebranding everything into what it is today, My Retro Life, with a focus on it being about these family stories and these stories of me and Dad, my cousins, my mom, all of my family, loving video games and bonding over them together. It's you who has made this channel something that has lasted as long as it has. The comments, the amazing comments that I read saying how special that this content is for all of you, and how much Dad continues to inspire people, yourselves, thousands and thousands of people. It's amazing. Really is amazing. And it's
you kept Mark's legacy going and really made his dream come true, which was to be a filmmaker. And so to see his home movies that he put so much care and love and time and attention and his filmmaking art into is so cool to see that lived out here on YouTube. He could have, he was ahead of his time, but I don't think he really could have imagined what the home movies would be doing in the world today.
No, I never would have imagined. And it's been an incredible just blessing to see that. It means so much to me to know that Dad is still alive in some way through this channel and through all of you. So thank you. And with that, we've been talking about it for a good while now and really trying to strategize how to go about this and how we could make this sort of thing a reality. And that thing is, we're going to go full time with My Retro Life. It's one of these things, it's crazy to even say it.
Yeah, it really is.
But we want to make this happen. We want to make it a reality. I pour so much into this channel and to this community just every single day of my life. And I don't want this to be the thing I do on the side.
He is such a hard worker. You're such a hard worker. And he basically works two jobs. He has a full-time media job that is very demanding and becoming more demanding. And then when you come home, you are family first. So we spend time together. He is very intentional with our girls. But as soon as either we're kind of winding down for the evening or we've gone to bed, he is up burning the midnight oil. And I've been, concerned about you for a while with your health, and just, nobody can run like Superman for forever. So this has been a big thing that we've been discussing of how do we make this so that it's more manageable for you. And so I'm really excited that we have decided that this is the time to do it, to go full time.
Oh man, these bugs!
And this is where you guys come in. And we're going to be very vulnerable with you all right now. To make this a reality, we do have to hit a goal of $3,000 on Patreon and YouTube memberships. That's both of them combined. That's what we're going to need to hit. And so this is sort of a launching point for us. This is sort of a way for us to announce our intentions and what we want to do, how we're dreaming big, and we want you all to be a part of it. And so we've completely relaunched everything on Patreon and YouTube memberships. At $1 a month, just $1 a month, you'll get early access to every video, your name in the credits, exclusive live streams, behind the scenes posts, and you'll even get to vote on future episodes through member polls. And if you want to go deeper, we've added higher tiers with amazing perks, like access to our private home video vault, or a signed postcard of me and Dad sitting on our couch with our Sega Genesis.
We're excited to get to share more with you guys as far as content, with him being able to go full-time and also be able to invest in getting to know you better and more deeply as a community.
Yeah, and Megan's actually going to really keep me on track and help out with a lot of the community posts on Patreon and on YouTube.
I'm his
members.
admin.
Yes.
He's the creative. I am the admin.
Yes, absolutely. We're a team. And we want to do this with you. We want to make this a reality and have it be just this awesome thing that we can all be a part of. So thank you.
We're excited. We hope that you are just as excited.
I know. And I know who else is excited. All right.
Bring
Snap our fingers.
Oh.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, it's Hallie. My Retro Life, the next generation. So, Hallie, what do you think about this move to go full time with My Retro Life?
I like it.
Yeah, you excited?
Uh-huh.
You excited about being in more videos?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do for the channel in the future? What kind of videos do you want to make? Minecraft videos.
That is
Oh
her
my goodness. That is her thing. If just 1% of you gave $1 or more, that's really all it's going to take to push us towards our goal, to make this full-time My Retro Life dream a reality.